I'm going to do a video here just to the parts I've acquired for my refresh and rebuild. Not all of them are brand new parts, there's quite a few bits I've picked up very cheaply and very good deals at parts fairs and on eBay, everyone's favourite auction site. I'm just having a quick drink. This is genuine, all the way from Italy. Blood orange fruit tea, and I had one of them halfway up the back of a mountain. Should we do the big bit? Polini. What we got? Kit Vespa 125 PX TS Sprint, whatever, blurb blurb. What's this? Get that off. So the most important part is free sticker, obviously. I'm not going to be able to use this one because it's got crushed in the box and it's a bit naff, but I'm definitely not going to risk using that. Anyway, picked up my cylinder kit on eBay for £150, brand new. Well chuffed with that. There we go, Polini, Italy. Piston rings. And then pistons in there. So it's actually stamped SIP. So it was originally from SIP. Pop this to the side. Yeah, like I said, I got very lucky with that. I got it for 150 quid, and not only did I get that, this came with it. Get out the back. See how that came with it? The 24 carb. I just hold it next to the original. Oh, that's screwed on. Anyway, yeah. It's not a great deal difference, is there? To the naked eye, but obviously the choke, the inlet's slightly bigger as far as I know. And obviously it'll have bigger jets in it.
Yeah, the car came with it.
There were a load of jets with it. There was a SIP Road XL exhaust, which I already had one, so I've got a spare one that I'm probably going to sell. So I was dead chuffed with that. Got the whole lot for 150 quid used, but like I say, the cylinder kit and, well, to be honest with you, it all looks brand new. The receipt from SIP was in the box, and there was over 400 quid's worth of parts. Never mind the postage if you'd have bought it brand new, so I was stupidly chuffed with that. Next off, this is a Polini performance filter. I don't really know what's performance about it compared to the standard one, because you can see straight through the standard one. But basically it's got, that goes on your airbox. Oh, where's the airbox?
Let's pull it out really quick.
So there's the airbox. I'll stick the original card back in it just to show you. There's the carb in the airbox. That goes on there. That goes on there. So instead of the air going through the frame, you've just got a filter under the engine housing. It's also got, I don't think it'll sit over that. Yes, it will. Basically, it's got a venturi that goes over the carb, which in theory helps with airflow into the carb. I think they're like, I think the best part of 50 quid, brand new anyway, and I picked that one up for just over 30. So again, usable parts, very cheap. In this box we've got clutch. Fortunately it came with, take that bit off, so this is the bit in the centre of the clutch, what I was on about in the other video, where the original's got 20 teeth. Here's the original clutch, that's 20. I bought this one at Melton Mega Parts Fair. This one's got 23, so that's too many. I'm going to hang on to that just in case I want to swap ratios later on, or I could even sell that for a few quid. Basically, I found a Koza basket with the band on it, so that just reinforces it so the basket doesn't start opening out under high revs. It came with a used set of cork clutch plates and steels. No, it's just plates, isn't it? And then it came with a brand new set of cork plates. Found this on a stall, so it's just still in the box. Now, Midland Scooter Centre is literally 2 minutes around the corner. Here's the cush drive kit. Whether I do rebuild that or not, I'm not sure yet. What else we got? Brand new clutch nut. It's even a genuine one, look. Is it in the right bag? I don't know. My Italian's not that great, but yeah. That was, I think I paid 40 quid for that. Obviously it's used, but I say used, it looks pretty much brand new. Besides, it's a clutch, isn't it? Not a lot that can go wrong with it. So yeah, that was 40 quid. This, the 21 tooth clutch cog that I'm going to use. See, that's 21. There's 23 and there's a 20 on it. I have a feeling like 23 you've got to change the primary to be able to use that, so we'll not be using the 23 on this build. Then over here we've got new crank bearing, and that's a genuine one. Got a new kickstart cog. And there's the new seals. Polini seals. They were 10 quid, 12 quid, whatever they were. But like I say, while it's in bits, I might as well swap them. Say nothing can go wrong with them. The only thing that does go wrong with them, over years, the surface wears out. That surface ends up dished. However, this part's come from India and it's pitted. It's quite pitted, so I might just use, there we go, it sits in there. I'm not sure how to explain it, but basically that spins around. As you apply the throttle, an arm pushes this down to pump oil in. Now that arm, over time, wears the surface of that out, so it affects it ever so slightly. In fact, let me try and show you. Can you see how it's dished? Or not dished, chamfered. So that's, I don't know whether you can see that. But anyway, over time that gets worn out. It's a spare oil pump drive. Moving on to the crank. Confusingly, straight away I noticed this was a Lambretta box, and I'm like, oh my god, they've sent me the wrong part. I had a bit of a, not a nightmare, but basically I ordered an RMS crank, just pattern part, standard pattern part, and they didn't have it in stock. I completely missed the message they sent me, so then they sent me another message a week later to say, do you still want a crank? I saw that message and I said, yeah, no worries, send me the one you have got on the shelf. So in the end we ended up with a PA, and it's just a pattern part, original equipment PX125 crank, but at least it's Italian. Not, look, made in Italy, not made in India. I think a lot of people will tell you the Indian parts, LML parts, and pattern part LML parts can be hit and miss. So it's definitely worthwhile spending a bit extra on buying Italian pattern parts. Not all the Italian pattern parts are brilliant, so I've heard. Most important thing, not only was there a sticker in this box, but a key ring. There's a sticker. So that'll go on the Vespa somewhere. I don't know if the key ring will, because I've already got a key ring. So yeah, basically the RMS crank, although it was listed on eBay, they didn't have one in stock, so it says I could send you one of these instead. It's exactly the same spec. It is just standard rotary valve PX125 crankshaft, but this is a brand new one. Brand new little end bearing. I did say, can you just make sure it's got a new little end bearing in it? This one's still got a fair bit of play, but not as much as the other one. He says, yep, if there's not one on it, I'll chuck you in one in for free. Where's it gone? And he chucked me one in anyway, so I've got a spare little end bearing. So that was great. And now it's just a case of putting it all in the scooter engine. Oh, and that little tin. Why have I got valve grinding paste for a 2-stroke? Why is that, do you think? Right, so we've got the crank, we've got the flywheel. That needs to sit on there absolutely perfectly snug, so it's not giving it that as the engine's spinning round at close to 10,000 RPM or whatever they rev out to. I'm not sure what a Vespa revs to be honest, but yeah, so what you do, you put valve grinding paste on your crank, and then you clean it off, then you put the fine valve grinding paste. So the crank is sat on there as true as damn as possible. So yeah, I'll be doing that when it's all in the bike. And there we have it. Next instalment will be putting it all together.